The Clockwork Butterfly and the Quiet Town.
Once upon a time, in a small valley shrouded by low-hanging clouds, there was a peculiar place called Clockwork Town. The town wasn't named for a giant clock tower, but because everything in it was built from intricate clockwork mechanisms, from the steam train chugging along its gear-like tracks to the robotic farmers working in perfect order. Everything was precise and predictable, but one thing was missing: the sound of laughter and joy. In this town lived a boy named Finn. He was one of the only people who still smiled and laughed. Finn loved to invent and repair things. He spent most of his time in an attic workshop filled with tools and mechanical parts. "Look, Finn," said Grandma Penelope, the town baker and his closest friend. "Our town used to be so full of life." She would often tell him stories of a clockwork butterfly that once flew through the town, sprinkling magical dust of happiness. "And where did it go?" Finn asked. Grandma Penelope shook her head. "No one knows, but it disappeared just like our joy." One morning, while Finn was collecting old metal scraps in the town square, he found something shining beneath a pile of junk. It was a single, silver clockwork wing, intricately designed with tiny gears. When he brushed the dust off, it emitted a soft blue glow. "It's a clockwork butterfly wing!" Finn exclaimed with excitement. He searched for the rest of the butterfly but found nothing. Determined to find the rest of the butterfly, Finn rushed the wing back to his attic workshop. He spent the entire day and night repairing it, building a new butterfly body using old clock parts and toy pieces. When he was done, Finn placed it on a small table and gently wound the key he had crafted. Click, crack, suddenly, the silver wing began to move. The clockwork butterfly lifted off the table and fluttered around the room. It was Silver, the legendary clockwork butterfly. Silver flew out of Finn's window and into the Clockwork Town sky for the first time in years. It began to fly around the town, and the townspeople stopped in their tracks, staring in disbelief. Silver flew to Grandma Penelope and gently touched the tray of bread she was baking. Instantly, the bread filled the air with a wonderful aroma, and tiny sparkling specks appeared on its crust. Grandma Penelope breathed in the scent and smiled. This smell, it's so familiar. It was the first time in years she had truly smiled. Silver flew on, touching the metal flowers along the street. The flowers instantly changed from a dull gray to a soft pink. Silver fluttered all over town, and as it touched things, a magical mist of happiness would sprinkle down, bringing everything back to life. But as Silver reached the town center, it came to a stop. It couldn't fly any further. Its energy was running out. Finn saw that Silver was about to fall. He had to do something, but he couldn't do it alone. "Everyone, Silver is running out of power," Finn shouted. "We have to help." The townspeople ran to see what was happening. They saw the beautiful butterfly and remembered the stories they had heard long ago. "What does it need to keep going?" an old clockmaker asked. "Its energy comes from happiness," Finn replied. "We have to share the happiness we once had." So Grandma Penelope began giving her fragrant bread to everyone. As they took their first bite, they smiled, remembering small joys they had forgotten. The old clockmaker began using metal scraps to craft beautiful little flowers. The children, who had only ever played number games, began to run and laugh, chasing Silver's shadow. Soon, laughter and smiles spread throughout the town. As the townspeople shared their joy, tiny bits of magical dust began to sparkle around each of them. The magical dust of happiness floating in the air slowly gathered and streamed toward Silver. Silver absorbed the energy from everyone's joy, and its wings began to shine brighter than ever before. Silver flew a single, graceful loop around the town. This time, it didn't sprinkle the mist on objects, but on the townspeople themselves. Suddenly, their eyes brightened, their faces came alive, and laughter echoed through the valley once again. Clockwork Town was vibrant and alive again, not because of its intricate gears, but because of the happiness everyone shared. From that day on, Finn, Silver, and all the townspeople learned that happiness isn't something you find, but something you create and share with each other. And just one small smile from someone can change an entire quiet world for the better. The end.
Did you enjoy the tale? You know, happiness isn't something you find, but something you create and share. Don't forget to click like and follow us on YouTube. Sweet dreams.